I'm going to show you how to create this deep indigo and pastel blush abstract painting. It's tranquil, it's calming, it's grounding. Let's paint it. This is going to be a colour block, the deepest inky blue with the palest blush. I've got an 80 by 80 centimetre canvas. Going to wet the canvas so that the paint flows beautifully. Going to start with the blue. I've mixed a kind of turquoisey blue with a more indigo blue. Ooh. Now, because I mixed a little bit of black into the blue and a tiny bit of brown, we're already seeing lovely streaks of colour. Keep this nice and watery. Oh, can you see that? That's lovely. Keep everything fluid. Right, that's it, we're finished. I'm joking. I'm using a wet sponge just to create more of a watery effect. Now I've got a very pale blush. I want this to be pinky, but often when you add pink, it can look a little bit like bubblegum. So it's best to start with something that's closer to beige and then build up the colour. Right, first layer is dry. I'm going to start building up the intensity of the blue. I hope I've got you inspired to paint, and if you need some more inspiration, head over to my website because I've got so much art there that might give you some ideas for colours and composition. And if you're not quite ready to start painting on canvas, but you would like to paint maybe a wall in your house or change your decor, have a look at my interiors features that I write for a magazine here in Portugal. They're full of tips and ideas for breathing life into your living space. As this is a colour block piece, I'm actually going to make it a block, a big rectangle. I'm going to leave the edges the lighter blue. Feather them out to give the piece some softness. Even though it's colour block, we don't want it to be too harsh. dabbing, a little bit of brown, a little bit of black, a little bit of water. So we get a nice grain. We still haven't got exactly the right colour yet, but we're starting to build up some depth and interest. These sort of abstract paintings take a long time because every layer has to dry. So you might not spend that much time painting. It might just be 10 minutes on each stage, but then you have like up to an hour in between. That's why when you get into painting, having a few on the go is good, because then you can alternate. While one dries, you can work on another. Now I'm giving the top section its own box, so it matches the bottom. It's going to be lighter at the edges, just like this part is. Should have done this at the beginning, but I was too excited with the colours. Didn't plan it very well. But that's fine, because acrylics, you can just paint over. It's not like watercolours. Once you go too dark with watercolour, you can't lighten it. You've ruined it. Now it's making me think of that artist, Mark Rothko, you know, the one who does the colour blocks. I've always liked his stuff, but I read recently that he said that he wanted people to cry when they look at his work. I thought that's so strange. Okay, you want an emotional response, but cry? I would hate someone to cry at my work. I want my art to make people feel happy, uplifted. I'm going to make this horizon, this middle section, the lightest part of the painting. It's going to draw the eye. So you're going to have the strongest section and then the lightest. Your eye will go to the middle of the painting. I'm just feathering out the white so it dusts over the blue. Give the painting some softness and a sense of movement. Right, now for some texture. I'm only going to do a small amount of texture on this painting, and I'm going to make it in the middle. It's going to be a little area of gold. So I'm going to use ready-made wall filler to create the texture, and then when it's dry, paint over it in gold. The gold with the indigo and the blush, it's going to look so nice. Feels like icing, especially with a fork. I have to resist the temptation to like put it in my mouth. It looks delicious. So yeah, just a small area of texture, and I don't think I'm going to put it across the whole of the painting. I think 3/4 and then let it tail off. So I'm using a palette knife to give it kind of watery, wavy feel. Now I'm using this small comb to give it a kind of crashing waves texture. just a hint of it. I'm also going to put a little bit of texture on the blush area as well. It's going to be a lot more subtle than the gold one. It's not going to be metallic at all. It's going to be painted over in these blushy colours, blushy brown colours. So it won't look like a big strip. Going to use the comb. So this area of texture is going to have a horizontal pattern, and this has more of a vertical pattern. So it's contrast, but it's contrasting, but it's also balanced. I'm going to soften the ridges with this squeegee, just applying it really lightly in a kind of up and down movement, so it flattens some of the ridges. Again, it looks more like rock or sand, patterns in sand. I'm going to put some colours over this texture here. I'm going to sweep different colours, some grey, a bit of the blush. I'm putting quite a lot of paint on. Some white. Little flecks of brown. Just dotting it all over. Might even put a little bit of silver in there. If I can get it out. And then I'm going to scrape it over with this squeegee, and it all blends together, picks up all the grainy texture, and it's beginning to look like the sky. So it picks up all the grain from the wall filler and from the comb we've used, and now it's beginning to take on a lovely sky or rock, just a lovely organic feel to it now. I'm mixing silver with gold to get a pale champagne. I'm going to drag some of their indigo into the gold. Look at that. Indigo and gold look so good together. Feathering out the blue into the borders.
You can't rush this kind of painting. You have to just enjoy the blending. You can't be impatient. While you're focused on blending colours and creating shapes and compositions that make you feel good, while you're focused on that, you're not thinking about the stress of your normal life. It's like therapy, only cheaper. I'm using a dry brush to brush some gold over this texture. I'm feathering the borders with gold lightly so you can still see the blue. Right, finishing touches now. Painting the sides gold. Gold looks great on the edges of chunky canvases like this. It's almost like having a gold bar on your wall. Now for my favourite bit, I'm going to add Liquitex High Gloss Varnish. It's going to protect the canvas and make the colours really deep and glossy. I'm really looking forward to getting it on this indigo. Look at that. Ooh, it's so rich. That's it. I hope you enjoyed painting this. I hope it's making your living space feel really calm, like your own little sanctuary. I'm going to show you everything you need to create beautiful abstract coastal paintings. Do not spend a fortune on materials, please, especially when you're starting out. You don't need to buy expensive brands, and don't believe anyone who tells you that you do.